Alright, I'll get straight to the point. iPhone 15 Pro Max or Samsung S24 Ultra, which has the best camera. Every year, Samsung and Apple launch their super expensive flagship phone. Every year they upgrade the camera and every year they promise they have the best camera in the world. But how can that be? The jungle isn't big enough for two kings. Only one wears that crown. So we took thousands of photos. Daytime, indoors, outdoors, selfie, everything. Now, before we begin, I won't be talking much about camera hardware, megapixels and all of that. If you want the camera specs, here are they. Now rather, we'll be talking about 8 real-life practical tests that you guys will use, and we'll be giving 1 point to each of the phone to have the ultimate, the winner. Now starting off with videos, this is the place where the iPhone has always dominated. However, this year, the S24 Ultra has really closed the gap. Like during daytime outdoors, both the phones have pretty good video quality. So this is the 4K video on the S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. We are in a noisy environment, so you can have an idea of the mic quality. Both of them can shoot in 4K 60 FPS, but the S24 Ultra can go all the way up to 8K 30 FPS. Plus this year, you can also do 8K videos at 5x. Now you'll be like, Pratik, why would you even need 8K? Well, the advantage of taking 8K footage is this. See, if I pause the 8K video right here and take a screen grab, look at the photo, it has good amount of details. Also, both the phones can now do amazing stabilization. iPhone has action mode and Samsung has super steady mode. Like Cyan was literally running sideways and the shot still looks so smooth. So kudos to both of them. But where the iPhone takes the lead is in low light videos. The videos have more light and overall lesser noise. Plus, here's a very interesting concept. Now you see this video, it's very dark. I can increase the brightness like this, step by step by step. See, it feels very harsh. This is exposure stepping. If you look at this low light video on Samsung, when the lighting changes, it steps. The change in light control in the video is step by step and hence noticeable, whereas in iPhone, it does it better. There is a gradual increase and looks more pleasing. So I'll give the video points to iPhone, but the S24 Ultra is very close, neck and neck. And since we are on the subject, let's talk about low light photos. We took a variety of pictures here and both the phones take very nice photos. Indoors with normal lights, it is very difficult to select one over the other. So we went outdoors and this is where things get interesting. Like in this shot, Samsung's photo looks good, has better colors, but if we just change the position, the iPhone's photo now looks good. But again, if you see this photo or this photo, I would say both are doing a good job. Now when we talk about low light, the most important factor here is brightness. Like which phone can capture in more light? More light is equal to better photo. And if you factor this in, I would give the points to the iPhone because in most of the shots, the iPhone has captured more light. Plus, even in ultra wide angle, the pictures look brighter. And this is strange because the S23 Ultra used to perform better in low light than the iPhone. So as of now, for the low light photos, I'll go with the iPhone. On the topic of ultra-wide angle, both the phones have 12 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera and during daytime, both the phones take fine pictures. The colors and even the HDR on both of them are pretty good. The only thing is, iPhone's photo are a bit on the warmer side and Samsung's are a bit on the cooler side. But nonetheless, both take really good ultra-wide angle shot. It's close to pick one over the other, so that's a tie. Now, both the phones have some extra card up its sleeve. For instance, the iPhone now shoots at 24 megapixel by default as opposed to every other phone shooting in 12 megapixels. So by default, if you pick up an iPhone photo and you crop into it, it will have more details. Or the fact that you can shoot in log form and then color grade the video in post is an editor's dream come true. However, if you talk about all the extra camera features that you get, then the S24 Ultra easily takes the cake. Like just in the camera app, you have Pro Photo, Pro Video, Single Take, but these are not new. What's new in the S24 Ultra is the whole suite of AI features. Like you can take any video and just by long pressing on the screen, it converts that video to slow motion. Or my favorite part is this object eraser. So I can go from a shot like this to this in a matter of seconds. Something that would have taken me hours and hours in Photoshop, it's done instantly. And here's the one that I found really useful. See, many times you click pictures where shadow comes, but on Samsung, you can erase the shadow with a single click, done instantly. This was so useful. So clearly, point to Samsung for this. And moving on to the most important thing with any camera, skin tone. Because we mostly click pictures of humans, so getting the Indian skin tone proper is very important. At first glance, both the phones are doing a really nice job. However, if you look closely, the iPhone has the habit of making your skin yellowish. Like side by side with the S24 Ultra, the skin tone in iPhone looks off to me. And it's not just with my photo. We took photos of many Team TW members in office, and for most pictures, I prefer the Samsung. Like the iPhone is not bad, but that extra warm tone makes the skin tone look yellowish and unnatural. I would say Samsung's skin tone game here is better. Like see this picture we took during the golden hour around 5ish. Samsung's skin tone is more accurate. Samsung this year seems to have upgraded quite a lot in terms of colors. So surprisingly for skin tone, I would go with the Samsung S24 Ultra. Moving on to everyone's favorite, the portrait mode, and things here are pretty interesting. Like, both of them take really good portrait photos because, of course, flagship. The background blur, edge detection, and everything is good. The iPhones sometimes appear to have better HDR, like in this shot against the sun or in this night picture with hoarding in the back. Plus, many times, Samsung white balance is off. See, this is normal mode and now the same photo in portrait mode. That being said, the S24 Ultra is running pre-release software. It might receive an update that should fix this problem. But again, you review your phone for what it is today and not what it can be after updates. So moving back to photos, there's one reason why I prefer Samsung over iPhone here, and that is this. Samsung has a dedicated 3x zoom lens, which is just perfect for taking close-up portrait photos. See, on the iPhone, if you do 3x, it is doing digital zoom. Also, the pictures still look a bit dull. Samsung, on the other hand, has more details in the shot, color, sharpness, and everything is just one step up over the iPhone. Both the phones also have a dedicated 5x lens, but even here, Samsung just has the better detail. Also, one point to add is iPhone can now convert any human photos into a portrait photo after you have taken it, and the same feature is also available on Samsung. You just have to swipe up and select background blur. So after all these photos for portrait, I would go with Samsung. Moving on to zoom, and this is where you see a big difference in the two phones. Samsung software processing here has an edge. Like at 3x, Samsung clearly has a better photo. If you zoom in, the iPhone's photo look a bit soft. At 5x also, Samsung's picture are sharper. It has better contrast. Now if you go extreme, iPhone maxes out at 25x digital zoom, but pictures here are again better on the Samsung. And if you go all the way to 100x, which you can't do that on the iPhone, at 100x also I would see the pictures is somewhat usable. Now this 50 to 100x zoom comes very handy when you are in a concert or seminar and you have to click far away people. So obviously for zoom, point to Samsung. And finally, selfies. It is a close call. Like both of them take really good selfies. Color, sharpness, HDR and all are good on both the phones. Now it was a pretty difficult call, but I'll prefer the Samsung one here because the color tone of Samsung is closer to natural. Like see this picture of cyan, iPhone's warm tone is a bit too much here. Samsung photo looks better. So again, a very close call, but the point goes to Samsung. So yeah, that was the video. Samsung S24 Ultra is the winner. So the conclusion is pretty clear, right? Well, no. See, both of these are flagship phones and they have their fundamentals of photo taking sorted. Like you pick either one of these, click a photo, 8 out of 10 times you'll get an acceptable result. Having said that, the iPhone has a slight edge when it comes to videos, whereas the S24 Ultra has a slight edge when it comes to photos. But the gap between both of these has reduced significantly to the point where I can say buy either one of these and you will be more than happy. And this whole AI era that we are seeing starting from S24 Ultra, I believe Apple will also get into it and take it up a notch. Or island. Get it? Get it? Anyways, let us know which one would you pick. Are you team Android or team iOS? On that note, this is Pradeep signing off. See you in the next video. Pew pew. Pew.